With today's video, I'm going to talk about the Hyundai and Kia car theft situation that's been going on nationwide, and then specifically how it ties into the city of Baltimore. Now, this is something that's been going around social media and that sort of thing, where kids are sharing vulnerabilities that Hyundais and Kias have that make them easier to steal, and the end result is that a lot of Hyundais and Kias are being stolen. In the city of Baltimore, year-to-date auto thefts are up 95%, and almost half of those are Kias and Hyundais being stolen. So that's all an unfortunate situation. But the stupid part is that the mayor of Baltimore, Brandon Scott, who may be one of the worst mayors the city's ever had, and that is really saying something, he decided that it's Hyundai and Kia's fault that car thefts are occurring. He was quoted as saying, "These cost-cutting measures employed by Hyundai and Kia at the expense of public safety are unacceptable. They have left our residents vulnerable to crime and are significantly burdening our police resources." Now, how this guy can, Hyundais and Kias are inexpensive cars, and they give people who may not be able to afford other cars an option to get into a car. So obviously they're not going to be as theft-proof or as fast or as anything as a car that costs 3 times as much of it. And how Brandon Scott can somehow turn that around and say it's their fault that his city is completely in chaos is just mind-boggling to me. And he's actually joined a lawsuit against Hyundai and Kia on this issue, and it's just shocking to me how the guy, as long as he's been in office, he's never stepped up and taken responsibility for anything. All the crime is always somebody else's fault. And the guy, he came into office with the very I don't know what's the word, the fairly unimpressive goal of getting the total number of murders in the city below 300. And so far, he's been unsuccessful in even that. And that's, with 300 murders, the city of Baltimore is still in the top 10 most dangerous cities in the country. So he came in with these pretty unimpressive goals. He hasn't met those unimpressive goals, and now he's looking to blame everybody but himself, or his police force, or his political establishment. At the end of the day, I would 100% agree. Brandon Scott doesn't have control over everything in the city of Baltimore, but he signed up to have the job with the most responsibility of anybody in the city. And if he's incapable of making any kind of positive impact, I think he should leave rather than just blaming everybody for his city's problems. This Kia and Hyundai thing and blaming it on Kia and Hyundai is completely silly. It's passing the blame, just like every other time there's a problem in the city. And the city deserves better. I hope that the residents of the city recognize that and keep that in mind the next time they're voting. And none of this is to demean Brandon Scott's character. I'm sure he means well, and I'm sure he's trying. But at the end of the day, if you're in a position like that and you can't improve the results, you shouldn't be in a position like that. So that's all I got this time around. It's just wanted to give my 2 cents on this whole blaming the car companies for auto thefts situation. It's just a silly waste of time and a distraction from the fact that the city of Baltimore is falling out of control, and people like Brandon Scott are not doing a good job.